Mm. We are live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I haven't been on for a little while. I had to do some healing work on the self. So I want to apologize because I haven't been on, but otherwise I've been doing a lot of work, a lot of spiritual work. So it is what it is, and I feel really good about the work I've been doing for myself. So I really don't apologize because in the end, once you start doing your spiritual path, there's no reason why you should apologize for doing your spiritual path, because you're doing you, and it's good to do you, because nobody else is going to take care of you like you will. So I'm just waking up. So I'm just coming on and getting my brain together, and we're going to call in the Archangels this morning and the Ascended Masters, because they always help me. They're always right there. The Ascended Masters are like, why is the Archangels always before us? Because they're always there. They're always helping me. So we got a bunch of cards here, as you can tell, over here on YouTube. YouTube people can see them all. So we have the Book of Runs, the Archangels. You can see these are one of the first. Oden. We're going to call in Oden this morning. The Ancient Ones, then the Goddesses, to be able to communicate with all of them. So what I do is ask the cards who I shall read from today. So to understand this, I I do not just pick any deck. I ask that who wants to be read from. To me, to me, that is listening to spirit completely and not trying to put my influence in on the cards. So let's get some space here and see. All right, Apollo, you got to go over there. All right, so we're going to do a reading today. We're going to lay the cards out and get my brain to work. Last week I was working on 10 hours of sleep and a lot of spiritual work being done, a lot of spiritual healing. I am a medicine woman, shaman, extractor, high priestess of the lightning clan, healer, teacher, the extractor, which reminds me, I gotta call my friend for the other client. Thank you for reminding me. So we're gonna, I'm gonna put my hands on the cards and I'm gonna ask who wants to be read. Who wants to read today? Do you want to say anything today? No. The Oracle cards, angels. No. No. Yes. No. 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 It is Oden today. Okay, Oden. Oden, don't hold any punches, okay? So, hold on to your panties. We asked for Oden to come in and talk to us this morning. He must have been the one tapping me on my shoulder this morning, saying, "Wake up, child. Let's do a reading today." Give us the information we should know. Kiditoka omakada tekiwo obu anate. No heketo anate. Tukapu. No keto tekiwo. No akahanate. No ketete ompa. Neko to hanate. Teketo. Tiko tanate. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Jesus Christ, we already got one. Why am I DMing you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got Oden here. We're gonna do a reading. We're on live with YouTube and Facebook. And we have pulled our first run. Sokonate. We're going to pull a couple of them here. Sokonate ki Wolbach. Got to turn it around exactly the way. Ooh. My camera up here is getting a lot of light. So let's turn it a little bit. Let's see if that helps the situation. Oh, he says wait on the third one. Wait, because you got to get the first one. Okay, so I read from the Book of Oden because me and Oden is still working on our communication skills on the runs. But the beautiful thing about Oden and me, we do have the communication down about which rune I'm going to pick. So this one here is Gateway. Piece of non-action, God of Thor. And this is a really good one about learning. It's about being with the self and taking the time for the self. With a gateway for this symbol, this rune indicates that there is work to be done, both inside and outside. Well, yeah, that's what we're all here for, right? Because if you're not working on the self, you're not doing your job. If you're not working on yourself, you're enslaving yourself. If you're not working on yourself, you're asleep. So wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to move forward. So the direction this rune is facing, this rune represents the frontier between heaven and the mundane. So the mundane is the same routines. I did a journey a few years ago. Something triggered it, and I did a spiritual journey right in his front room. The light came into the front room and shined brightly. And the question is that God asked me, do you want to live like this in this rerun? The show, the actors have changed, and they haven't done any of their, any of their healing. I apologize. I got the hiccups. That's the inside of your body trying to jump out and say, would you please heal? So when you're not evolving, spiritually, mentally, and physically, you're a mindless robot, a heartless robot. And this is what was talked about in the Bible. It's in the Bible, where the heartless robots will roam the earth. The heartless people. This is heartless people roam the earth. Because if you're not evolving, you're not moving forward in what you're doing. You're just mundane. You're stuck in your space and you're not going anywhere. So arriving here is a indication of your readiness to contact the numerous, the divine, to illuminate your experience. Illuminate your experience. Illuminate, because the only way you're going to get out of this world that y'all have created, because I've been creating a nice world for quite a few years, because I realize I am what I create. As man creates on earth, God creates in heaven. And look how much beauty God has created in heaven. It's beautiful up there. So he's creating stars and creating galaxies. What y'all creating down here? Chaos, destruction. Oh, wait, let's make the government take us all over. When you're creating every day some chaos up in your life, you're going to get it. So this run is talking about what you're creating. It's talking about how you think and what you're doing in your thinking. Because the pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is here. The pen is here. And in having that pen in your mind and in your mouth, you're creating your future. You're creating everything. So the understanding of what you're creating is really important. And being important, then you need to understand you are what you create. If you're creating chaos and destruction in your life, then that's what's going to happen. To understand yourself, you have to do the work. Because if not, Spirit's going to your higher self's going to bring somebody down to do it for you. And once you're seeing that in front of you, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And as my man's outside trying to lead Frankie into enslavement in one area, and he keeps the stallion or the stud is going to mate with the other guys. And I'm like, if that's what you believe, then that's what will happen. I'm fine with having a baby horse because that's part of my vision that I see out on the land. So for a healing center with horses to heal with, then that's what's supposed to happen. That's where you're supposed to be at that time. So to understand this, that you're creating your space, so what you're thinking is going out. So if you're thinking negative and you're thinking that the world's going to come to an end, yes, your world's going to come to an end. Your world. But everybody else is creating something else in the world. So everybody's creating their stories, which is going out in the universe and coming back because you're dropping that stone in the water. Let's drop the stone in the water. What happens when you drop the stone in the water? Well, what happens when you drop that stone in the water? Ripples go out. And once those ripples go out, whatever you spoke in that stone, when you dropped it in the water, is going to go out. And guess what it comes back to? Tenfold back to you, which is 10,000 times more back. 10,000, y'all, 10,000. So if you're creating sadness, then everybody's going to bring sadness. If you're creating, I'm a poor me, then all the poor me's are going to come and drown you in your own self. My guy for 15 years before I met him was telling everybody, poor me, I'm poor, I'm poor. Yes, he didn't have money, but see, when you speak those words, you're dropping that stone in the water and it ripples out, all right? So you're putting that you're poor. But what's happening, and the universe goes, oh, he's poor, so he really wants to be poor. And it brings that out in the universe and then takes it right back to you. And it's magnified by 10,000. So then, hello, Fly. So then what happens, you're getting yourself back 10,000 times. Not just 10%, because you're giving 10% to God. God is giving you 10% back. So you are what you create. He was creating, I'm poor, and which kept him poor. Because what happened, he was writing a story and he was magnifying it. And since I have been with him I teach him words are powerful. They're spells. You speak a spell every day. If you say morning, you've done spoke a spell because you've done put people in mourning. You have to pay attention. Excuse me. You have to pay attention to what you're speaking. Oh, you don't have to. You could be mindless, like you have been. Has that got you anywhere? Has it moved anything in your life? Has it changed anything? Pardon me. I was out in the weeds last night, so me and the weeds, Nebraska weeds, don't get along too well. So what you're creating now, is it helping you? If you're going to keep stating you're alone, then you are alone. If you keep stating that, I don't know if I can get this, I don't know if I deserve this, then you're going to get that back. It's going to come back to you. It is. I don't know what to tell you, but it really is. So, to understand, oh my God, Frankie, you got big bites on you. I gotta get the healing stuff out today. Rub my horses down. They've been biting because they haven't been together for so long. So, and they're gonna have to be together for winter anyway. Might as well get the fights over now. Because males have to find the dominance, and females usually have to find the dominance. There's always a leader somewhere leading you or trying to lead you. And understanding yourself and what you're creating. You could be your own leader. You're supposed to be your own leader. You're not supposed to have a government governing you. Government word now just makes my head hurt. Because the thing is, to understand, you're supposed to be governing yourself. You're supposed to have a responsibility over yourself. And that's what the gateway piece of non-action is about, is governing yourself. The god of Thor is about, because god of Thor governs himself. The god of Thor listens to what he's saying. I don't think 95% of y'all out there in the world are listening to what you're saying. Do you really listen to yourself? Because you're speaking it, you're creating it, you're making your story happen with it, of what you're speaking. Thrust is a rune of non-action. Thus, the gateway is not to be approached and passed through without completion. Here you are being confronted with a clear reflection of what is hidden in yourself. And it's true. What's hiding in yourself is your actions. What must be exposed, examined before right action can be undertaken? And He's talking about what I'm talking about. If you're creating, pardon me, if you're creating and keep creating and keep creating what you're speaking, man decrees on earth, decrees in heaven. It's simple. You are creating the bullshit on earth. You. It's not just your government. They're here because it's a puppet show, y'all. It's a big ass puppet show. They're here to keep you distracted. They was hired by the lower energies, as a lot of yous call him the devil. The firstborn son. They was hired by the energies he created when he created the people. The earth has been wiped clean several times to restart. But what's happening is we're in a repeat. The earth has been in a repeat for centuries. Well, Mother says, no more. No more. No more. I'm not taking this no more. Because she wants a difference. She wants change. She wants to see her people free. But the thing is, she can't do it. I can't do it for you. You have to be the one taking that step. You have to be the one walking out there and taking that step. Walking forth. This, what must be exposed and examined before right action is undertaken. So I'm exposing, and you're being put on notice. You're on notice. You've been notified today. What you're doing is what you're creating. This rune strengthens. Right action can be undertaken. This rune strengthens your ability to wait. Yeah, because so when you're creating something positive and something good, like the world is beautiful and we're moving into the 5D and everybody's going to be happy, then that's what you're putting out. So when you're putting out the government that's going to screw us and they're going to take over, well, you're creating that world. Stop creating that bullshit world. Because I'm not being taken over. You might be taken over because that's what you're creating. So the government's going to take you over because you done gave up your free will by speaking those words. Words are very powerful. What we speak every day is very powerful. You are a very powerful being, spiritual being, having a human moment. Thank you, Ralph. Smart. Ralph Smart is a very intelligent spiritual being. And understanding now is not the time to make decisions. Because if you're healing, you need to just heal. Trust me, I've went back 10 billion years. I've been backwards that far in my spiritual being. I am that old. Don't really look that old, right? But I am. I am spiritually. I'm a very ancient soul. That's why I hold a lot of knowledge. Because I've been around for a long time. This rune strengthens your ability to wait. Now is not the time to make decisions. Deep transformation forces are at work in this next to last cycle of the runs. And if you don't heal, sin, and if you don't do your work, then they're going to send, they're going to you a mirror. I was my man's mirror for 24 hours, from 12:12 to 12:12, 24 hours. Exact 12:12. To get him to heal. To get him to realize that he's been driving himself around in circles. That he's been on the merry-go-round. On the record, had his little couch set up with these little cows around on the record. His dad come and tell him the same shit every day. Being lost. Being lost. Doesn't get you into the 5D. Being lost. Hello, hello, hello. Would you, you want a one card pull? I'll give a one card pull today. Kunamagatay. Yes, you can get a rating. Okay, we'll do a one card pull. Kadente. Ditsoko anate. Oh, these. The tattoo tarot. And then we'll get back to, after this, we'll get back to Oden and his message today. We're on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook right now. We was doing readings from Oden. We have this beautiful soul, Pensacada Sakito Anaki. We ask for Pensacata Ski, Pensacata Ski, Kanentoteki, Otzlakanete. When we ask for a card pull for knowledge. Ooh. The Empress. So the Empress here has everything. But if you see the face, she's wanting more. There's so much more. So many undecisive decisions that you don't know how to quite to feel. So talk to me, guys. You you got your shields halfway up. You're not totally protecting yourself. In your what's it called? You're wondering how you can change the feelings that you're having. The feelings that you're having is overwhelming. But it's the 3. The Empress is the 3. So the divine is with you, but you really can't tell if they're with you. So with the Empress, she has everything, but in her eyes are stating that there's so much more missing. And it has to do with the sacral chakra. So once you're in that space that you are, that you have the things around you, but there's more. Like, I feel pain in my head, so that means that there's a lot of thinking going on, a lot of unclear messages coming through that you don't know which way to go, what you're doing. Is it right or wrong? But the card stating that you have everything right in front of you, that you have your wings to fly, but you've clipped them with your mind. So your mind is keeping you locked away. Your mind is keeping you unhappy because you can't stop thinking about what's going on. Well, you're creating, okay? You're creating. Stop creating bad for yourself. So, as I was speaking earlier, you are the creator on earth. So if you're creating negativity on your career, that's what's going to be created. If you're creating that your career is taking off and you're going to rock this world, that's exactly what you're going to do. This up here is your battlefield. You got to drop out of this because you overthink things and it makes this side of the brain hurt. This side of my brain hurts right now. Even my eyes, it makes your eyes hurt, makes you tired. And the crown chakra needs cleaned. Your chakras need aligned. And you can do that. It's really easy. You can go outside and connect with Earth, with Mother, and set in the sun. It's not going to hurt you. It's only illusion. You can set in the sun. Yeah, I know you're tired because I can feel it. So, because you've wore yourself out, you're battling with yourself. And once we're battling with the self, we exhaust ourselves. So once you're creating, then you have to wait on heaven's will. That's what I was talking about in the runes, is creating your positive. So, okay, once you put a thought out, well, because those numbers are trying to tell you that you're so much more. You're a powerful spiritual being having a human experience. Apologize. You are having a human experience. So these numbers are trying to tell you that you're so much more, that you have everything. But what is getting in your way is your mind. Your mind's getting in the way because what you're thinking, you're taking that gun and you're shooting it out to the universe and telling the universe, this is what I want. So if you're creating that your career isn't, your job's not going to go right, or your business is not going to go right, you already told the universe, hey, I would like then start it. I started mine. Like, I started my business, I have a healing center, and last year the land was purchased, and I'm like, what do I do? How do I do it? See, we get stuck in that how, where, when. I don't have enough money. It doesn't matter. Start on YouTube. Do a song. There's TikTok. You just start your following. Start doing the singing. Like if you keep thinking about what you can't do, then you're putting that out in the universe, and then can't then get shit done. and understanding that well, trying is trying, doing is doing. And we can think about what we don't have. We don't have this or that, but then we produce that. Then as we're thinking we don't have, I don't have this, I don't have a recording studio. It doesn't matter, because if you start what you really want to do and just do it, God will. You are stopping you. Get out of your own way. You're the one stopping you. You're in your own way. Trust me. I know, because I was in my own way for years. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I can't do this. Stop, girl. You don't know what you're doing. But you do. You do know what you're doing. You do know what you're doing. So what you speak is, I am getting out of my own way. Universe, I'm getting out of my own way. And you don't want to just say it once. See, it's not as powerful for me because I done got out of my way. When you speak, I am, those are powerful words. So you really have to pay attention to what you're speaking and what you're thinking. So when you speak, I am getting out of my own way. 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 I am getting out. Yeah, you feel that power, right? I am getting out of my own way. I am getting out of my own way. Yes, because you are the creator of your world. You have the ability to create. And this is all out of one card, girl. Like one card. One card. One card. So the other card that fell out with this is stop stabbing yourself. It fell out. So I have to pull it. It fell out. So you get lucky today. So this is you stabbing your own heart. That's you right there. That's you just stabbing yourself and telling yourself that you can't do it. So the more you're stuck in that, you're not setting yourself free. Then you see, this is your heart. These are the swords you've done stuck in them. And then you're blocking yourself. You're putting blocks in front of yourself, and understand that it's you that you can't start because you got those little things going on in your head that's telling you can't start. Those little thoughts of, I don't have this. And then the universe goes, oh, well, okay, they put, I don't have this. We'll give it back to them the way it is. What man decrees doesn't matter if you're man or woman. Woman has man in it. It doesn't matter what race you are decreeing your story on earth. God creates in heaven. You're creating here. So if you're blocking yourself, if you're stabbing yourself, that beautiful heart, all of that's behind you and it can't come through. See all those clouds behind? All that image behind? So you can't get through all of that. And then your heart hurts so bad that you're like, I can't get my singing career off because this person's in my way. And then you start pointing out who's in your way. But the truth is, you're in your way. Because we create other people being in our way. I know this because I've done it. I've done readings for 32 years. I've been a spiritual teacher, healer my whole life. My whole life. But guess who is in my way? Me. And to understand, once you see it and recognize it and remove yourself and state, if you have to state it several times, I am getting out of my own way. Because what happens, you are in that, you're welcome. You're in that state of repeating, okay? So you got to get out of that repeating thought. So when you state that you're getting out of your own way, you're going to move. But what's going to happen, that cycle that you're used to, yes, because once you start thinking positive, you're creating positive in your world. If you think negative, you're going, honey, you're going to get it back 10,000 times. So if you're thinking positive, you're going to get that back 10,000 times. And if you think negative, see, you're thinking positive and half of your brain's going to hurt because half of it's like, no, we've been in this negative state. Like I'm getting pains right here because you're like positive thoughts. Yeah, positive thoughts. But then the back of the brain is like, oh, wait, but we've been used to negative thoughts and you can't do anything. So you have to keep that positive. Every time you get a negative thought, delete, return to sender with love. Delete, cancel, return to sender with love. Delete, cancel, return to sender with love. Because once you start deleting and returning to sender with love, you're deleting your thoughts, those negative thoughts. You're unblocking yourself. You're getting out of your own way. And you've got it. You've got the talent. You've got everything right there in your hand. But you're stuck in your mind. You're stuck up here. And now I feel, because I can feel it in the back of my head. Because right here in your sacral chakra here is your determination. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Because then you're unblocking yourself. And the universe knows that you can do it. You're pulled to being seen. So step out of your mind and into yourself. And you're going to be awesome. Okay. The words I'm hearing, I am no longer a victim. I am no longer a victim. And you're very welcome. But I'm told to tell you these words. Speak them with me. I am no longer a victim. 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 And I want you to replace it with I am victorious. 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 And that's where that beauty comes in, right? That's where that awesomeness. Awesome. You are the queen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Because you're the king, the queen, yes, you are. Because the beautiful thing about us creating, we're creating our own story. And the beauty part is it comes out to what we create. So I am victorious. Tell yourself that all day today. I am victorious. And that helps those negative, because negative energies can't live without us. They have to have a host. That's why they want to enslave people. Because that's why the government wants to enslave people. Because the government is ran by the lower energies. And they can't live without a host. They have to have a host. And once they get a host, they talk to that host. And they're talking to them in their ear. And then your other voices stating, don't listen to them. And you're like, but they could be right. No, they're not. Because they want to keep you enslaved because they can't live here on earth without you. So the more power you give to them, the more you give your free will away. This is powerful stuff today. Like, this is very powerful reading and understanding what you're creating. So when you have that negative thought, right, there's a portal that opens up above you. We create portals all the time. We're very magical people, beings, having a human experience. So when you're having that negative thought, when it slips in, you open a portal and boom, negative energies jump in. And they're like, oh, you're having a negative thought. Yay, we got a host. And we're going to intensify those thoughts. We're going to create those thoughts even 10,000 more times because we need you. You don't need those thoughts. They need you to live on earth because they can't live any other way. Then positive thoughts. Positive thoughts. And whenever you hit that negative thought, delete, return to sender. Because trust me, I see it happening. I can see it happen in other people. This is how I can understand these things. Because of the spiritual teacher and healer that I am, I see energies. I see energies everywhere. I see it on the cup, in the cup, like the cup now, it has energy in it. Your waters, when you speak into your waters. So I clear this cup of all energies. I clear the waters and I purify to positive thoughts. So when you drink that, it instantly goes into the body, goes into the brain, and starts working for you. Because water is a living being. We're made up of water. So what happens when we have those negative thoughts, those brain cells start going to work. And they're not just here, they're all over our body because they're called brain cells, which flow throughout the blood system. And then we get caught in the sacral chakra down here with negative thoughts, and that's where we get health issues, things going wrong in the body, and everything not working right, and we get sick. We don't need, we need doctors for certain things, but really we don't need them because we create. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. I don't get sick. because I'm not creating getting sick. Thank you for the like. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yay! Thank you very much. I appreciate you. That's the greatest payment I could ever get right there. So the beautiful thing is that we create our health. And if a doctor, there was a many years ago, there was a letter that went out from a doctor, and one was to a guy with cancer, telling him that he didn't have very long to live, and the other one was to a healthy guy. Well, the letters got mixed up, and the letter to the cancer guy, that the man was healthy, went to the guy that had cancer. And the guy that was healthy, that letter that he had cancer went to him. What happened was the guy with cancer got healthy because the doctor told him. So he kept saying, I'm healthy, I'm healthy, I'm healthy. And the guy that was healthy, that didn't have anything wrong with him. Awesome. That would be great. I appreciate that. So the man that had great health read the letter that he had cancer, that he only had a few months to live. He died a few months later. So even your outside sources can change your results. So see all of this. See it happening. Visualize. Like before you go to bed, see it happening. When you wake up, make it the first thing that you're visualizing and make it happen for yourself. Because I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. So that means everything I'm stating is right. What reading I'm giving you is spot on. So the understanding of knowing who you are. Thank you. Thank you for coming along. Thank you. So we are what we create, as we've learned today in this reading. So we cut the reading with this. We cut the ties with that reading, and we go back to our Oden, the gateway place of non-action, God of Thor. And in deep transformation forces, our work next to list of cycle of the runes. Visualize yourself standing before a gateway on a hilltop. This is true, because once you start visualizing that you're standing in front of this gateway, it's 2 doors, because they want you to walk through these doors. They want you to walk through. And the understanding that once you start moving forward, your baggage. You have to drop your baggage, because once you drop your baggage, you can walk through those doors. But if you're going to take everything with you, you can't. They keep showing me, my one friend, Chrissy, he had a dream about a pyramid. It was his mother on one side, his sister on the other, and him. And he had his little backpack and all of his stuff in his little backpack, and he made it up to the pyramid. And he looks up to his door, but he couldn't get the door open yet. So then he looks over at his mom. His mom is down there at the bottom of the pyramid, packing a pack with everybody's stuff. I can actually say this story without laughing my heenie off. So they kept packing it and packing it. She kept packing, and she had, the big hiker's pack on, so you can stick all kinds of goodies in there, right? You can stick everything. And guess what? You can carry everybody else's plate too while you're doing that. So she gets ready and she's got things hanging off of her. He's like, man, she was really loaded. He's like, she was carrying everybody's shit. The whole family. And probably a few friends. And he goes, my sister was over at the bottom with this huge scolding hot pot, screaming, help me! This is hot. I can't get it to the top. Well, the beautiful thing of that, you're supposed to leave that at the bottom. And he wasn't supposed to bring his backpack and fill it full of memories that tortures him every day. And his mother wasn't supposed to put that huge pack on the back. So he goes, well, I got my door open. I said, you did? I said, what'd you do after you got your door open? He goes, I started taking my stuff out of my backpack and arranging it. Arranging it. I was like, oh, honey, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to come with nothing and create. He's like, but no, this is very special things to me. This cup is very special. This is very special. I'm like, what's it got tied to it? And at what price are you destroying yourself? At what price are you taking yourself down? Because we're coming into the age of Aquarius. We are in that space. And Aquarius don't want your dirty thoughts, your negativity, your I can't, I'm trying. They don't want, the waters don't want that. They want to give you clean water. Then why aren't you drinking clean water? Why are you creating? I was like, why are you bringing your stuff from back here to your present? Well, Katana, come on, girl. You don't understand because it has memories. Yes, we can remember because we're supposed to not forget what we did wrong, because in doing wrong, then we're going to do something different, right? We can look at it, but we're not supposed to carry it with us. We're supposed to go into this future without carrying all those baggages. And we're supposed to go into that future by learning what we're not supposed to have. So as these mothers halfway up and go, this is a lot of work. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the top. And she's halfway there. He's like, yeah, I got my door open. Those two are losers over there. And his sister still at the bottom with her hot screaming cauldron, screaming, help me. And he goes, hell no, that shit's hot. He goes, what? Just leave it. Okay, he's telling her to leave it, but did he leave his? That's like me teaching you and me not doing my work. Trust me, I'm doing my work. That's the reason I haven't been on, because I've been doing my work. That's why I haven't been here, because I've been doing my release. I went back. I went way back. So far back that y'all be surprised how far I went back. I went back 10 billion years. That's how old my soul is. My soul is over 10 billion years old. So this vessel, this is just me being a human right now. But my soul inside is ancient, baby, and full of knowledge. So much knowledge. And the beautiful part of creating positive thoughts is that you're putting positive out. So when you're carrying your stuff up and you got your door open, don't take it in. And that's what this is talking about. The doors. Up on a hilltop. You're on a hilltop. You're standing in front of the doors to your future. It's time for you. And then you visualize yourself standing before a gateway on a hilltop. Your entire life lies behind you. Behind you. Behind you. Behind you. And below you. That's how you can look down and go, oh, I did that wrong. So I'm not really good at the things I do. And I'm not going to be good at what I do. But you know what? Stop looking down. Look up. Look up. Because we're at ground zero right now. Being at these doors, we're at ground zero. There's the stuff behind you. The stuff below you. And then there's forward. Your entire life lays behind you and below you. Before you step through the gateway, pause. View the past, the learning and the joys, the victories and the sorrows. Everything it took to bring you here. Observe it all, bless it all, release it all. Because like I was telling my friend, dude, you can't take it with you. You cannot walk that. You can't hide it in a backpack. You can't hide it in a suitcase. You've got to get rid of all of that. All of it. Well, I'm helping my family. By what? By worrying about them? You're creating bad health. All victories, all sorrows, everything it took to bring you here. Observe it all, bless it all, release it all, let go. Let go that what you're grasping on so hard. And if you need help letting go, let me know. I'm here for that. For it is in letting go of that you can reclaim your power and step through the gateway now. That's stating I am victorious. Feels good when you state I am victorious. I am victorious. I can step through this door and I can leave everything in the past. And once you step through that door and leave everything in the past, you need to fill yourself full of love. I fill my cup full of love, understanding, self-love, joy, abundance on financial. It's 111 on YouTube in my timeline, in my time. And 111 is about the self, about here. So once you step through that gateway, fill your cup full, because what's going to happen if you don't, everything that you left behind is going to come back 10,000 fold, because you didn't fill yourself full of something else. So happiness, love, joy, peace, kindness to the self. Kindness to the self is really important. Not just kindness to other people, but kindness to yourself. If you're having that kindness to yourself, then you can be kind to others. If you're not being kind to yourself, you're teaching others not to be kind to you. You teach people how to treat you, and you make sure to tell them to show up for it. So to understand that, you have to understand what you're creating. Understand what you're creating is what you're getting. So in that, we are looking for the last run. It's a long reading. Yes, it is. My readings are not short. They're educational. So here we go. This is strength, manhood, womanhood, the wild ox. Because what they did with the wild ox. Hang on. I know you want. Apologize for that. So once they sorry, I'm gonna shut the door. So once they made the ox not wild, and they made him tame, they took his freedom. So this run is about strength, manhood, womanhood, and the ox. The run of transmutations, and new beginnings. drawing this rune indicates that life has been living has outgrown its form. And that's what's happening with all of us. What we've been so used to is not supposed to be anymore. That form must die so new energy can be released into the new form. This is cycle rune is a passage. As such, part of the cycle is intuition. So we're guided. Our higher selves are trying to guide us. Our guides are up there going, hey, take this path. And you're like, no, I'm going to take this path. Well, as my man, and I'm being his mirror last week, hardest 24 hours I've ever done in my life, being somebody else, it exhausted me. Spirit made me his mirror, and understand that I'm his mirror because he had to see himself. Because he's like, I'm cool. I don't need any healing. I've been doing exactly the same shit for years. It's worked for me. Then why you call yourself the poor boy? Why you staying poor? Why are you staying in this mundane space? You're not evolving. You're not moving. You're in the same rerun. The actors might change, but it's the same rerun. To understand is be able to see it. To understand, you have to step out of yourself, step back, and like, all right, Katana, I see all of this working for you. But what you got over there in the corner hiding? Because until you step out of your mundane life, the things that you keep repeating, and you're like, why can't my life get started? Because you're in your own way. And you are what you preach. You are. Like, Chris out here is like, the horse is going to jump the fence to get the Remo. That wasn't even in the same space. And I'm like, okay. I would like a full. We rescued some horses last year, and they had a really bad outcome because the people around them was giving them the bad outcome. Now they're here and they're happy. And if they didn't become part of my healing center, they're happy. They'll follow me. Like, I don't even have to have anything in my hand. All I have to say, boys, let's go. Now, baby girl's a little different. She'll come up to me. I need to go out and just like stand with her, and because she don't trust people because of the damage. So animals can have damage too, just like people. They're no different. So we always feel we are free to restraint, remain mindful in the new life is always greater than old. To remain mindful of letting go. It wants to jump out of my hand. To letting go. And in letting go, New things come forth. Prepare them for opportunity for your loss. As you lose all of the old, mundane waters, those dirty waters, those negative thoughts, those suitcases, that backpack, that cauldron. All they had to do is drop that and then walk through the door. But they're trying to take it with them. And I'm trying to give you fresh water to drink from. I'm trying to give you clean, healthy water to drink from. Purified waters. Waters that haven't been contaminated. Waters that haven't been anything done to. Prepare then the opportunity as loss. It could involve the loss of someone or something to which you have increased emotional bond and through which you are living a part of your life. A part that must now be rethought. So you can live out for yourself. So if you let go of that old thinking, and my head's hurting, so a lot of people that are going to come on here are like, oh, her message is too much, too long, and I can't handle it. But the beauty of it all is the new that's going. You know, take what you want, leave the rest behind. Don't take anything at all. Keep living your mundane, sucky ass life. Keep being stuck in yourself. You don't have to listen to me. The ancient symbol of this room, Zero, was the arches, the wild ox. When the wild ox was domesticated, they took its freedom. Took your own freedom away for yourself. You are enslaving yourself. Difficult could be, this task could be transparent and heavy, with heavy loads, because like the ox, we pack those suitcases and we carry them around. We do. I see so many people with things on them. You know, you can pack the suitcases and tie them to your wrist, and your wrist will hurt, or the lower back, like my lower back's hurt. You can pack some suitcases on there. You can pack it on your stomach. You can pack it everywhere. And like the ox, you have to carry it. But what these two runes are talking about, this morning is that to let go. Simple. Let go. And you're being put on notice. You can't. They're like, being put on notice, man. You're being put on notice. Being put on notice right now. Let go. Let go. It's your time to shine. Shine that beautiful light that comes through here. comes from here. I know you can. I have confidence in you. We're going to end it there. So the angels want me to sing a song on the way out. So I'm going to do a little song, a blessing song of release. Listen with your heart. Peace to you all. I know you can do it. Love you.